Friday, March 30th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. It's been a pretty warm second half of the work week after that cool down earlier in the week, and another mild day today. Some changes kind of subtly taking place. Now, overall still a mild pattern into early next week, but we trend toward cooler weather for the second half of next week, and we have a little disturbance that'll move through tonight for Friday night and bring us the pretty decent round, I think, of some scattered showers and storms. Let's look at the temperatures this morning. And again, you have a lot of warmth across the southern plains, the lower Mississippi Valley, up into parts of the southeastern U.S., including the Carolinas. The chilly air is over the Great Lakes in the northeast. Now, embedded within that warm air, you have a convectively induced vortex, basically a little disturbance here in Louisiana triggered by some earlier thunderstorms. And that disturbance is moving northeast. And the timing of this should be where it brings us around to some showers and storms this evening and tonight. Let me show you some of the higher resolution modeling here. This is the SPC WRF valid at 8 o'clock this evening. You notice those thunderstorms pretty prevalent across the upstate of South Carolina, spreading into the southern Piedmont of North Carolina. We go a few hours later here. This is out, let's see, that'd be, 11 p.m., and you see those showers and storms spreading further eastward into the Carolinas. And also of note, this little band of thunderstorms is along a cold front, which gets here tomorrow. Let me show you what the RPM model looks like. And again, this is going to be valid tonight, so it's a little slower with the timing of this. This is valid 4 a.m. Saturday morning, so it's a little slower with the timing. But the general idea here is around to some scattered showers and storms this evening and tonight. There you can see a little bit of an upper level disturbance here over parts of the lower Mississippi Valley moving our way. This is valid this afternoon. Now let's go further out in time here. This is the European model. As we get deeper into Sunday, this is valid actually Saturday evening. We'll have a disturbance drive a cold front through here later in the day tomorrow, setting us up for some dry weather Sunday and getting much warmer by Monday, but changes later on next week. This is the European for Wednesday morning. This will drive a cold front through our region, and that will step us down toward cooler weather. In fact, take a look at Friday. Kind of a convoluted setup here with a lot of pieces of energy, but the general idea here is for a pretty good trough over the eastern seaboard as we get toward the end of next week and extending, really, it looks like, into at least part of the Easter weekend as well. That's valid early in the pre-dawn hours Easter Sunday morning. Again, a complex setup, but the general idea is some cooler weather for the second half of next week. All right, here's the GFS model, and again, as soon as this afternoon, maybe late afternoon, there could be a few isolated thunderstorms spreading into the region, especially the mountains and western sections of South Carolina, but better chances this evening and tonight of that round of some scattered showers and storms moving through. Now, as we go through tomorrow, as the cold front slides in, I'm going to have to maintain the chance of at least a few showers and thunderstorms across the region, but it'll be far from a washout. A much better type of day tomorrow than what we saw really in a lot of spots both weekend days last weekend. Okay, we get out to Sunday. It looks dry. Highs probably in the 70s for a lot of folks Sunday. And then on Monday, we surge well up into the 80s for highs across the region. Tuesday, I'm going to keep things dry for the time being, although the GFS is a little quicker with that system. The GFS would indicate the chance of a few thunderstorms late Tuesday. For the time being, though, I'm going to hold that off until mainly Tuesday night and Wednesday. And there's the GFS for Wednesday afternoon. Pretty wet setup. As that disturbance moves in, kind of phases to some extent with the upper level energy to the north, and you get a very wet scenario on the GFS on Wednesday. The European is not as pronounced with that feature. And then we get to the cooler air, the GFS going nuts here with this cold air advection on Thursday. Stiff northwest winds, that's the 540 thickness line as far south as Southern Virginia and West Virginia. And we go out a little further in time. This is Friday evening of next week. High pressure right overhead. That'll give us some nice but cooler weather for Friday into Saturday with highs probably in the 60s, if that's correct. Morning lows in the 40s, maybe some 30s mixed in. Now, I did want to show you this. Way out in the longer range of the GFS, it has a very pronounced cold shot on the 0Z run as we get toward the second week of April. And this is actually valid the 11th. And it has a big-time full latitude trough over the eastern parts of the country. And again, that's the 540 thickness line down into South Carolina. It's pretty far south for this time of year. And so there are some indications of the longer range modeling of some shots of cooler air as we go deeper into April. You had to figure this warm pattern was going to snap at some point in time, and there are some signs, even though it doesn't look like a brutally cold pattern by any means, but it does look like some shots of cooler air from time to time as the month of April unfolds. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.